Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson, a World Alternative Media here, and of course we're joined by author and economic analyst here who I am, John Sneisen, and of course the one and only G. Edward Griffin, creature from Jekyll Island, and soon to be known even more so, let's hope, for the Red Pill Expo, and we've gone through two of them already. They were great successes, especially just looking at the amount of stuff that people learn from the Red Pill Expos, just from different angles, health and wellness, and conspiracy, culture, economics, you name it. There's so many ways that you can kind of go at that information, and people can learn from each other. Can you explain what the Red Pill Expo is and why people should attend the Red Pill Expo 2019?
Well, that's a good question, can I? Let's see, how much time do I have? Well, sure, I can. If I can't, nobody can. The Red Pill Expo is exactly what you said. It's a place where people come together. We like to call ourselves truth seekers, right? Well, the one thing about being a truth seeker is that you indirectly admit to yourself and to the world that you don't know everything. If you knew everything, there would be no truth to seek. You have it all, right? So that means if you're really a truth seeker, you have to hold your mind open to new ideas, many of which will sound very strange the first time you hear them. And this is the salt and pepper of an event like this. There are new ideas, many of which will not only sound strange, but maybe even a little offensive, because they run contrary to what we know or what we think we know. So it's that kind of a thing that when we first started to play that game, if you want to say, we didn't know how it would go because some people feel very uncomfortable with ideas that challenge their own cherished ideas. We thought maybe it'll not work too well. Well, it worked very well indeed, especially the people that come, because they are the truth seekers. And so what we put together here is a third annual event of people who have taken the red pill on something very important that changed their view. And on something very important, it changed their lives. I look back at my own experience, and I have many very important concepts of truth today that I did not have before I heard about it for the first time. They were a contradiction to what I thought I believed, what I did believe. And so I thought they were bunk the first time I heard them. But I think back on it and my gosh, I actually did make that transition, didn't I? So I think the people that come to the Red Pill Expo are those who have had this experience at least at one point. They've taken one red pill. They know that, I wonder what else I don't know. That's the theory behind it. And of course, we have fun with this because sometimes there are some wacky ideas. And we can have fun saying, you think this guy knows what he's talking about? And we're all ready to say, nah, he's off the edge. But somebody might come along and say, yeah, I thought so too, until I looked, It's one of those things. It's like, it reminds me of being back in college in the dormitory when the guys and the gals get around late at night and they start getting into philosophy and ideas and theories.
I'm not sure that happens too much anymore, but go on.
Well, yeah, they're being told. Yeah, they get together and they're being told what to think. Yeah, but that's the way it used to be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm amazed. You're telling me that I don't know everything? Well, guess what? I think a lot of people are going to realize that the mysteries are still wide open. All the things that you can provide that for other people, bring that information to other people, and then still continuously learn about new things at a place like the Red Pill Expo. That's one of the things that really shook me was you get there, you see people like Robert Kiyosaki, for example, who most of us know from Rich Dad, Poor Dad and talking about real estate and, going on television with Donald Trump and doing all that kind of stuff. And then he comes to that event, he sits through the whole event, he listens to all the speakers, and there's Richard Gage on stage, and there's Lord Monckton, and there's all these other people, as we've seen in past years. And it just allows people who have a lot to give to take a lot back as well. And that is something that's important for when you leave a thing like the Red Pill Expo, is that what happens when you leave the Red Pill Expo, not what happens when you're there. Yeah, you have great conversations, you learn a lot, but what does that give you when you leave the Red Pill Expo? What do you think about that?
Well, that's really the primary reason for the expo, is to bring together these truth seekers. Because there's something about a truth seeker, they also have that desire to do something. If they see something that's wrong, I guess you call it the crusader gene. That's what I call it when mine kicked in. I found out that I was being told lies, and they were big lies. They affected my life. And when I discovered that I became kind of angry about it, and I said, I want to do something about it, which kind of surprised me because prior to that time in my life, I had never been concerned. I thought I was just in the corporate world, climbing the ladder, trying to make some money, have fun, look good, and save some money, and thinking already toward retirement and, all material things. But when I finally found out that there were things going on at the higher level, the mental level, the ideological level, things that involved my life, my freedom, my ability to access information, I found out there were people who were controlling me through economic measures over which I had no knowledge before. It made me mad. So the Crusader gene kicked in. I was really surprised, and from that point forward, I just felt like I've got to do something about it. Well, these are the kinds of people that come. I look out in these audiences and I see, yep, there's a Crusader gene. They're all got their Crusader genes buzzing. People want to make a difference.
I can never see you retiring. I have a really hard time picturing you retiring. What's it like in your late 80s to start such a huge, get into such a huge venture of creating an event that we hope can take over the world in a sense where you bring that information to people and change the world in one way or another? What's it like, in your late 80s to actually get into something like this? This is something that people usually get into in their 30s. What brought you to really have that passion, have enough passion to want to do that?
Well, it's just normal. In my late 80s, me? I hadn't thought about that really too much because I feel like I'm about 30. This is something that is not related to age. I understand what you're trying to say. Unfortunately, a lot of people in my category do kind of wind down and they figure, well, okay, I got my retirement now, and now what am I going to do? Watch television or travel or do all the fun things and easy things? But that never has been on my horizon because of the darn Crusader gene. I want to do something that makes a difference. And I'm not alone in that. It's just that, to answer your question, I feel very fortunate that I do have the health and the stamina, that I can continue on this quest. I think it's a quest. So it feels good. The short answer is feels good. Let's go. Let's do some more.
Yeah. I have to say, most of the time, I can't even imagine. I feel like I'm talking to a 20 or 30-year-old when I talk to you, and it's really, you got the passion that most people tend to lose around 35, 40, and it happens too often, and it's sad. But John, I want to talk to you about the Red Pill Expo, because we've gone to all of them so far, and I know we're both really looking forward to it. What makes the Red Pill Expo so great?
The Red Pill Expo, what makes it great is all these different ideas that people put out for you. Well, I came from the monetary side, understanding tons about that. But when you attend this event, you get all these different, like as Ed said, red pills that suddenly change your mind. It's like, wow, I didn't know about that. I better do some research on that and look into that because that actually affects my life at some point. Yeah, and it really, wakes you up even further to become almost like a whole human being. I feel when you start to really understand the whole full spectrum about health, how the government controls you, the money, and the conspiracy, like how you are getting controlled on all these sides and aspects of your life. And you kind of like free yourself from the shackles of your enslavement. That's what I felt anyways, where I actually was able to go out after and really tell people about what we're going to do with our lives and try to help educate them. And of course, we bring a lot more people with us next time. You go there first time and then you get really excited about all the new stuff that you learn. It's like, hey, everybody should go to this. Come on. Like, this is so much, not only is it highly educative and really enlightening, but it's also, you want to share this idea with everybody else around you. And of course, every year there's, more and more people that we're able to bring with us, Josh, and especially all our viewers. We would love to see as many of you as possible out in Hartford, Connecticut, because we would love to meet you and really appreciate you as well when we get out there. That's actually another thing that I got thinking about. Me and Josh are out there, we're interviewing all these fantastic fantastic speakers, all these knowledgeable people, but we also get to meet all the people that actually are able to support us personally. So for the media people, they are getting, to connect with their audience as well directly and meet their people that we are trying to educate, given all this red pill information as well. So it's really amazing. I can't say enough how much I really appreciate working, especially with Ed, with Freedom Force. From the bottom of my heart, Ed has really helped not only just change my life, but wanting me to go out there and actually make a huge change in the world. And that's how I met Josh, of course. That's the reason why we're here today. So it's really exciting to have, somebody like Ed truly, from the bottom of my heart, Ed, how much you really changed our lives and just the what do you call it, the trail you led us down, and where we're at today. It's just getting better and better every year at the Red Pill Expo. And of course, the more and more people that knows this and are educated when things are happening, when you get, the economic crisis and things will happen, there's going to be a lot more people that are educated just because of Ed's ideas, Josh's ideas, all the other speakers' ideas, because they helped enlighten us and prepare us for, a big thing that will happen, because we know all what's coming down the line.
Yeah, it's one big family you didn't know, and I find that to be true, a real truth when it comes to the Red Pill Expo. All the people you meet, you never end up disliking anyone. You come together, you meet together, you have conversations. Not everyone agrees on everything. You have great conversations, though, and that's a point. And then a lot of people you agree with, and you end up, creating a lot of friends, creating a great network, bringing that to the next level once you leave the expo, which is huge. So, bottom line, I know this is in Hartford, Connecticut. Can you give the date and your main pitch for why everyone watching today should come to the Red Pill Expo 2019?
Sure. Well, first of all, the event is in Hartford, Connecticut, and it's June 7, 8, and 9. It is Hartford, Connecticut, so at last we get to treat the folks on the East Coast. But the important thing is we know that not everybody can come. I mean, only 1 out of 100 perhaps can make that trip and spend 3 days and spend that much money. So we've given a lot of attention to the live stream. The whole event is going to be live streamed, and the cost is ridiculously low. So everybody can have a chance to participate, whether they can come or not. If you can come, of course, that's the ideal experience, because that's where you meet everybody, where you form the friendships and the coalitions and that kind of thing. So that's it. And the reason you should come is because you're a truth seeker, and that's where you're going to find it.
Absolutely, and you can network with all the great speakers, and it just gets it. It's an amazing event. We will be continuously talking about the Red Pill Expo 2019 over the months leading up to June, and I can't wait. I know a lot of you can't wait. So, of course, where can they find tickets for the Red Pill Expo? I should definitely ask that before we close off this interview.
Yes, well, the generic source is redpillexpo.org. redpillexpo.org, and you may have another link that you want to put beneath your screen or something like that. But if all else fails, that's where you're going to find it.
All right, check that link, guys. Anyway, thank you very much, Ed, as always, and we hope to see you there. And until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson, John Sneisen, and of course, the one and only G. Edward Griffin, signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change. Like what you see here, OM? Don't forget to check the links below. GoFundMe, Patreon. We can't do it without you. Any donation is very much appreciated, especially as we are so heavily demonetized and censored by YouTube, as these guys come in and flag all of our content as hate speech. The shadow banning is getting really bad, guys. Also, check our Bitcoin address right here on the screen or in the description below. We really appreciate it. And of course, check us out at the Red Pill Expo 2019. Of course, the great G. Edward Griffin and so many other incredible speakers will be there. Our link for that is below as well. And we cannot forget Mike Maloney's goldsilver.com, which you can also find in the description. One of the greatest market and monetary historians out there. We really encourage everyone to check that out. But until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.
I'm sure you have already changed people's minds in your young age because you're involved, and I like that.